Welcome to part 2 of installing OS X Leopard onto your Lenovo S10 netbook. In this video I will cover updating to 10.5.6 and configuring your hardware to work properly with this install. By the time you're done with this tutorial, all components will work properly with the exception of the built-in mic and wired Ethernet jack. Hopefully fixes will come in the future for those, and be sure to read the More Info section for useful info and files needed. You will also need a USB keyboard, mouse, and a flash drive for this tutorial. Like my last video, this will move fast, so let's begin. Continuing from my last video, we have just logged in as root for the first time. So fix the hyper mouse by moving the slider the second notch and enable clicking and dragging. This is important as you can't change this later. Now let's create a new user account. Be sure to make it an administrator and pick your username and password, then click Create Account, and now log out of root and log in as your new user. And now that we're logged in as the new user, let's do the same fix for the mouse. And now let's fix Wi-Fi. Find the file that's shown and double-click to unzip it. Drag the file to your hard drive in the left pane and now open a terminal window. And navigate as shown and run the file as shown. Enter your password when you're prompted and press enter through all the other prompts until it tells you to reboot, and then reboot. And if you get a network pop-up box before rebooting, just ignore it, click cancel, and reboot anyway. And after rebooting, the airport icon should be at the top now, so choose your network and click Remember this network. And then after you do that, let's try out Safari and make sure everything's working. And it looks like we are good, so let's go ahead and update to 10.5.6 via software update. And be sure to leave all the other updates selected and make sure 10.5.6 is still the current update. If all that checks out, click install and restart when prompted. Once you do that, it will install the updates and reboot on its own, and then you'll see the gray Apple screen, and then it'll automatically reboot again on its own, and that's completely normal. When the login screen appears, plug in your USB keyboard and mouse as the internal ones are now broken. Log in and unzip the files shown and start the Kext helper. Then open the display folder, the first folder, and drag all 3 files into the helper. Once you do that, enter your password as shown and click Easy Install. Click OK and reboot when prompted. And now let's fix the keyboard and mouse. Open the 10.5.6 upgrade pack again and start Kext helper. Drag the contents of the keyboard and trackpad folders into the helper. Enter your password, click Easy Install, click OK, and reboot when prompted. And please note your computer will crash, prompting you to kill the system by holding down the power button. This is normal also. Now to fix the fan, we'll start Kext helper, unzip the file that's shown, and drag the file into helper, and install and reboot when prompted. Now let's go ahead and open up a terminal window and navigate as shown, and then run the file as shown. What we're doing is fixing Wi-Fi once again because of the airport update that was installed. Go ahead and reboot when prompted, and please note that sometimes on reboot you'll get stuck on a black screen. If this happens, just hold down the power button and restart. And now that Wi-Fi is back, let's fix the clock. Open the time preferences, choose to set the time automatically, choose your time zone and closest city, and then once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and fix sleep. And to do that, we're going to start the Kext helper and unzip the files shown and drag them in, and then of course install and reboot. Now after rebooting, we're going to navigate as shown, and what we're going to do is open one of the text files, and to do that you need to right click on it and choose Show Package Contents. And now on this folder that it shows, choose Get Info, go down to the bottom, unlock the little lock, add your username, and give yourself read and write permissions. Now verify your user permissions on this file, and if it looks okay, then we can edit the file as shown. And I'll put the text that we need to put in this file in the More Info section of the video to make it easier to see where it goes. And then once that's done, save the file. And now we're going to unzip and open OSX86 tools. And we're going to click Repair Permissions and then click Run Selected Tasks. Once that finishes, it'll take about 5 minutes or so. Then click Clear Extensions Cache and run the selected tasks, and when that's done, go ahead and reboot. You'll probably end up again with the frozen black screen. If so, hold down the power to shut off and then restart. And now to fix the sound, navigate as shown and delete the file shown as instructed. And then we're going to unzip the file that's shown and run the installer. And after it installs, you can go ahead and reboot, and once again you'll probably end up with a frozen black screen. Same thing, hold the power button down to shut off and then restart. Now we're going to unzip, mount, and run the installer of the file shown. Now we're going to unzip the file shown, and once that's done, drag that file into your Applications folder. And then once from there, go to your toolbar, and then make it open at login, and then remove it from your toolbar. Run the program, and then reboot. And note that it may ask you for your password quite a few times. This only happens once, if at all. Now go ahead and choose internal speakers as shown, and don't worry, it remembers your settings after reboots. And now you have audio. And now you are all set. Some suggestions for you at this point: set up Time Machine and back up, run software update again, and of course subscribe, rate, and comment on this video. And be sure to read the More Info section for important information on this video, tips, the text, the files, etc. And you can also now follow me on Twitter. The links in the end of the video and also in More Info. And thank you as always, and enjoy.